Alright, on to the next video in the series. In this video we're going to talk about DNF as a package manager and some of the things that you can do with it. This is a kind of a brief overview. You're more than welcome to play around with this yourself. I suggest doing it in a virtual machine or some other type of environment where it's okay if it gets destroyed. So with that said, let's go ahead and move forward. What we're going to do here is, as you know, DNF is the package manager for Fedora, kind of like apt is the package manager for Debian. So as such, we can install, we can remove, we can do different things with it. So on here, we're going to do a sudo DNF install, and let's just say we're going to do VLC. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and install VLC and let it go. It's going to install all of its dependencies, and next thing you know, voila, you have VLC. All right, well, let's say we're done with VLC and we want to go ahead and uninstall it. We're just going to do a remove VLC, and it's going to remove VLC and all of the dependents that only VLC was using. If there's another application on the system that's also using that dependency, it will not remove it. I'll rephrase that, it should not remove it. Anyway, there's the difference between practice and theory. But what I'm going to introduce to you now is another tool that also comes with DNF, and this is called history, and I'm not talking Fedora Hatchet. So what we're going to do here is we are going to do a sudo DNF history. Now, if we just do this by itself, it's going to get confused, and it's going to tell you what it's. Wait, I don't know, you're missing things. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a help behind it. Control L clears the screen. And this is going to give us our usage, what we can do with it. We can get a list of the transactions that's happened. We can get information about a specific transaction. We can undo, redo, and roll back. And we're not going to talk about that store at the bottom there. One, it's an experimental thing. And two, to be quite honest, I don't know that much about it. So we'll go ahead and clear the screen for a second. And let's go ahead and do sudo DNF history. And then we're going to do a list. So it's going to give us a list of all the transactions that's happened. As you can tell, I've been playing around a little bit with it. This is just to make sure that it did not change between Fedora 42 and Fedora 43. So I went ahead and played around with a few things. All right, so let's say we wanted to, we can undo this last one here. Let's say we want to undo this remove. So what we would do would be a sudo DNF history. Got to have that history in there. Undo transaction number 11. Okay, that transaction is to remove VLC. Now we're going to undo that. And basically all it's doing is installing VLC again. Just like that. All right, clear the screen. I don't want to type a lot, so I'm just going to hit up arrow until I get back to where I was wanting to do. I want to get back to list. And notice transaction 12 was exactly that, DNF history undo 11. So it's keeping track of everything we're doing here. But let's say I wanted to roll back all the way to, let's say I want to put VLC back on, and I want to undo this remove of fast fetch. That way we end up with both VLC and we end up with fast fetch at the same time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll back. This is the difference between undo and roll back. Undo will revert a single transaction. A rollback will take us all the way back to a specific point. So if I want to go back and get to where I have fast fetch installed, I'm going to roll back to transaction ID number 9. But before I do that, though, I want to history info, and I want that transaction, the info for the transaction for history number, or ID number 9. Control L clears the screen, and this tells me exactly what happened, the transaction, its status, the release version, what it was doing, and the packages that were altered during that. So what I'm going to do is I want to roll back to transaction number 9. Hit yes. Not a bunch of other stuff, just yes. Okay, so now that it's done that, let's see if I have a VLC. I probably do not, because it installed it, uninstalled it, then installed it again. But I bet I have fast fetch. I do not. That's interesting. Sudo DNF history list. Roll back to 9. Oh, I bet it doesn't include 9. Okay, let's try roll back to 8. Yep, there it goes. I didn't roll back far enough. So we're rolling back to 8, which, as on the history, it says install fast fetch. Okay? So, do we have fast fetch? We do. Do we have VLC? We don't. But it will tell you that you can install it with that command. We're going to go ahead and hit enter because I don't want to install it that way. Sudo DNF install VLC. Yes. It's probably thinking, why don't you just make up your mind and tell me what you want? All right, so sudo DNF history list. Okay, so again, it's listing everything that we've done so far, and we can roll back or undo anything we want. Let's say I want to undo install VLC, media, VLC is there, and it's even telling me it is a new application. Like Windows does a little bit, and this is actually a new thing for 43. I don't remember this happening in 42. So this might be one of the changes in 43. Like I said, I'm looking at the 43 the first time just like you are. But anyway, that's how you can use the DNF history to get a look at things that have been undone, where you want to roll back to. Remember, as I just demonstrated, if you want to get back to number 8, you want to roll back to that number, not the number right before it. So anyway, if you like these videos, like to see more, make sure you click like, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and we'll see you next time.